Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm Axon Evolved, and before I get started, I just want to say, if you're enjoying these videos, consider hitting that subscribe button. If it's red, turn it gray. Apparently, a lot of people that watch the videos aren't subscribed, and I'm a lot of the big YouTubers say this kind of stuff, so I'm just gonna say it too because it seems to work out for them. So anyway, let's get back into this video. So on the last episode, we discovered that we had some serious issues. We had Cryoplasm basically just attacking us, right? It's on our doorstep, and we have to handle it. So I've made the decision to handle some stuff. So first off, right here, we've redone. In fact, let me just dig a hole, right? I've kind of redone how this goes, right? So you can see now I have 4 turbines powering this battery. I kind of reconfigured the way they're going around. It's all very similar to how we had stuff set up before, but in this case, it's purely set up for the arc smelter we have going on right here. So what I've done is I just have them zipper merging, right? Zipper merging into here, and then it's just smelting one of them at a time. So they'll go and they'll get offloaded here. And that's how we're slowly building up bars. Now, the other thing I've done is I built this temporary, little tiny lens chrome lens assembler chain, right? So you see here, I threw a bunch of crude organic lenses. Those go into the polisher. Polished lenses go here. And then the polished lenses, excuse me. Unfocused. Get that out of there. What? That should be... Oh, no, that's right, that's right. Yeah, so all I do is I just throw chrome in here with the polished lenses, and I get chrome lenses out of it, right? Where did that go? Did I just pick that up? Oh, wait, those are in here. Polished chrome lenses. Now, those are the lenses that give you, like, the most amount of... I think that's the highest level lens that you can do. In fact, if I, like, threw it on here... 1,600 power per second, right? So I think that's the highest you can get with these types of with Mark III power transmitters. And then if you need more extreme power transmission, you go with the conduits, which I think are right here. So you can see it takes polished chrome lenses, but that does 10,000 power per second between Mark IV batteries. So that's probably going to be how we end up powering our late game machines and stuff, right? So speaking of late game machines, why did I do this, right? I mean, on the surface it's just standard power transmission, but I need defenses from the Cryoplasm intrusion that we currently have, or I need something to at least stop it, right? So I've gone ahead and I made some Lancers. Now Lancers, I guess they're very short range, kind of used just for the basic stuff that we're doing. And I think / hope that the 5 I just made will kind of be enough to sustain us for a little bit while we are getting everything else set up, because there's still quite a few things we need to do. For example, we need to get our ores, our tier 4 ores smelting, right? We can't, I mean, the basic arc smelter we have is gonna work, but any further, particulate filtration, we need to put the bars in. Long-range cryoplasm defense. That's kind of a huge one, because if we look at the research here, right? Long-range cryoplasm defense takes compressed sulfur. You get that from the magma caves, I believe, with particulate filtration. The Dazzler is what we're going to use to work our way towards the cryoplasm spawners, right? So melters, essentially my goal long-term for this playthrough is build a trough, a V-shaped trough. Basically have a bunch of melters melting all the cryoplasm so that the liquid cryoplasm falls into a trench that the dazzlers will then just go through and just demolish. And you do that until you eventually get towards the cryoplasm spawner, and then you can kind of hit that with the magma turret from the magma board, like so, blah blah blah, so much stuff to do. So that's the plan, but we kind of can't do that until we start smelting, until we start blast furnacing and trenching and all that kind of stuff. So Let's, and you know the other thing I realized, I haven't got the suit. I don't know if you do get a suit upgrade. I assumed you did. Is this it? Oh my gosh, 512. Okay, so never mind. This is what I need, but like, holy crap. Is there a better suit heater? I already have this, right? Yeah. I wonder if there's something. I guess not, right? Magnetic machine blocks, compressor. Oh, I didn't realize all this stuff was in the suit category. Fuel compressor, freeze-on injectors. Okay. Oh, actually, we don't need that. Just freeze-on injector. Interesting. So, it looks like all the suit upgrades we're going to get is just more power. This gives you 1024 power, though, so it's actually, like, pretty damn good. But, yeah. All right, so let's go kind of beat back the Cryoplasm as much as we can. So, do I have induction plates? I do. Induction chargers. Okay, so let's head down to the cold caverns. And while we're down here, I can also kind of show that I've upgraded this a little bit, right? So remember I was saying that I want kind of one Mark V battery to basically just handle all of the lighting and infrastructure. And that's what this is going to be. I'm going to expand this out, and I'll probably have to do more of that like right now-ish. But then the other thing is, you know, we're going to need to power all the machines and stuff, right? So that's kind of where this battery is coming from. And this is currently being fed by 2, 4, 6, 8 turrets, or 8 turbines, and with obviously room for expansion. So I guess what we're going to need to do, and from what I've been reading online, I've been doing a little research, but we can see here, like, definitely kind of growing, right? It's going to slowly grow, right? It's going to slowly do this, but it seems like the cryoplasm kind of grows in spurts based on what you're doing in the game at the current moment. So what I'm thinking now is I'm going to focus on getting the lighting situation fixed so that I can see everywhere, right? So I can get rid of all this temporary stuff on the ground, and the lights are just good to go. Then I'm going to set up the lancers, right? Because like now I can't see anything, right? I need to like set up something here. So, oh, which one is undetected? Cryoplasm. Where's? Oh, okay. Must be like the liquid one or whatever. So let's set up an induction plate. I don't know how much this is gonna like take, you know, power wise. So let's just throw that down. I don't know if I have the lancers anywhere, so I'm just gonna throw the lancers down right here. We'll kind of do, let's do something like this, right? We'll see how well that works. If that is going okay, then I'll put another induction plate with some more lancers. And, you know, I haven't done a perimeter sweep, so I don't know. No, I guess I need more light, huh? I don't know if that's the only intrusion. I think that's just the closest intrusion, right? Because I don't see anything else over here. Okay, yeah. So far, it's looking like we're pretty good, right? All right, so let's get back to powering our stuff. All right, so we got a quick lighting update. And I think that's working out pretty well. I'm going to actually throw some turrets down here. So, lighting, we're getting better. A nice little light grid. It provides plenty of light, right? So, I'm going to actually throw a regular turret down there, because once I power this, I'm going to want to make sure that it's protected from camo bots, right? So, we're going to need to transfer this power over there. And normally, well, let me think here. I think I'm going to do something kind of strange, right? But I'm planning for the future, right? So, if I do this, and those of you that have played this game might see where I'm going with this, right? The goal is to use conduits in the future. So, I think the conduits have a pretty big range. Actually, and I don't know if I have enough for conduits right now. Yeah, I don't know what the range is, but I think it's pretty good. And I think you need 9 of them, right? So actually, I could probably make a conduit. Should I do it? I did it. Oh, man. Oh, but I need 2. Oh, well. That's fine. That's fine. So I'm going to then bring... Oh, this is in the way. No matter. No matter. We'll do something like this. We'll do this. Boom. We'll throw this on. So we'll use this to basically clear out this crystal. That'll give me a clear line of sight from the block that I'm going to place here-ish. The other Mark IV block. And in fact, I need to make sure that I'm at the right height for this, right? The right height and the right line. So the middle of this is at negative 235 and then x negative 17. So negative 235 x 17, right? Okay, so if I just stay on this line, which is fine, right? That's where this is coming from. And then as long as I'm like roughly centered, so right here, now I just need to go up. So let me get some nice scaffolding, right? And really this is just to make sure that I'm at the right height. Because eventually we're going to have a Mark IV battery. So there we go. So if I just do that. Alright, so then we just go out in every direction here. And just like that, we have a battery placed. And this should be at the right height, right? So if I'm standing on this, dead center, I'm at 233x17. And if I stand on the... I should be at 233x17 dead in the center. 232. Okay, I went up 1 too high. No matter. No matter. Simple fix. So we'll just take off this top layer. Because you want the faces to be on the exact same level so that when the conduits are attached, it'll do its job. And in fact, I'm tempted to go make a conduit just so this next part is like easy. So while I'm up here at the surface, I think I'm going to, once I get everything kind of situated with the tier 4 ores and having them, you know, mine themselves and smelt and all that stuff, I'm going to set up a dedicated, basically, lens chromer array, right? So, like, if I look at my hotbar here, I have 10 sets of these things, right? So, it wouldn't be that difficult. In fact, I could probably even use this exact spot because once this stuff is pretty much all smelted, ideally, I'll be transitioned into smelting down in the cold caverns, right? So, if we look over here, right, I have thousands of eyes. Like thousands and thousands and thousands of eyes. Like even just the little gross ones. Where are they? Hello? Here we go. Pristine eyes, right? I have, what is that? 12,000? In fact, I wonder, because it takes any eye, right? So if I just make a crude organic lens, yeah, maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should, how much? Maybe I should make some more manufacturing plants. Where are those? Basic manufacturing plant. I don't even know where I got the ones I have, honestly. But there's no reason to not start auto-crafting all those, right? Here we go. Manufacturing plant. So let me make like... Crafting. 5? If I put 5 down. Let me do something like... I wonder... They're probably going to need power, huh? Finish her off here. And then I'll throw manufacturing plants down right here in the middle. And I will have them all do crude organic lenses. That way, basically that way, the material will just be ready, right? Crude organic lenses from this, start automation. And then all I'll need to do is feed them, right? So now that we got that, I guess I'll just throw huge hoppers. And side note, I'm super excited for being able to use like the massive Massive boxes, eventually. 5,000 slot. Make things a lot easier. So now the only thing is I'm going to have to split these, huh? And power it. Where's, like, close power? That's all sunlight. I don't think these are going to take a lot of power, but... Like, they might not even take any. So, let's just do... It's you, right? Okay. Let's just do something like this. And then from here... In fact, let me just do, like, 3. F it. That'll be fine. Because that's easier to split. We'll go turntable. Do I have the step up somewhere, perhaps? All right, and then we just have them feed in and see if they start crafting. Is it crafting? Does it need power? It needs an output, I'll tell you that. Okay, but I'm going to assume this needs power, right? Because I don't see it crafting. Okay, so probably doesn't need a ton of power. And where do I have coal close by? I'm sure I do, but just a matter of where. Oh, here's some. And are you going to block any matter movers? No. Perfect. You know, as much as coal is like a whatever resource, it's been super convenient. Nobody can say coal has not been convenient. Where am I coming from? Over here? All right, let's see how this works. You got power. Do you have power? You have power. Are you crafting now? Like, what do you need to craft? You have this stuff, right? There's the eyes. Oh, I think it's working. I think we have lenses crafting. Nice. Okay, so now this will just do its thing. I don't think we're going to need, 57,000 lenses. And we have like a ton of these ones, and we even have a little bit of those ones. So, all right, nice. We'll let that do its thing. I haven't checked this in a while. Is this just empty? Power storage block, of course. All right, so that'll do its thing. And I will finish up the chrome lenses, and then we'll see you down at the bottom with some conduits. And oh my gosh, let me tell you how much having these lights on helps. Ugh, it's amazing. Okay, so this is done. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's throw this on and see what happens. Now, do they see each other? I wonder if that's too far. It says 128 meters. Why wouldn't it see each other? 234, 17. Is I actually wrong about the height? Am I dumb? 230. Wait. I went the wrong way? Oh, I need to go up one, not down one. Dang it. And success? Oh, link to conduit. Nice. And so what's cool about this is the conduits, they even out the power between the batteries. So you can see it kind of immediately went to like 135K, which is half of 270. But now, because this battery is being fed by this Mark V, which can easily top it off, that means this one will be maxed out pretty much all the time. So what we can do now, like now we need to basically feed this thing, right? So I can come up from the top. In fact, I think I'll just do that, right? Make it kind of easy. Let's do something like this. And then we can just... Where was it? Go down. And then that should, if I just throw a nice little fat boy lens on there, should start powering things up. I don't know what the power requirement is, though. It's got a buffer of 10,000. An internal buffer. So we could... Let me just take these out. So we could definitely give it more power, you know what I mean? But it'd also be nice if the turrets just kind of did their job without needing to be babysat. Right? So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to get this ready for another set here. But it is getting rid of the Cryoplasm, so that is good. Ooh, ooh. death. Almost. Alright, so we are at least fighting back a little bit, right? We're getting that kind of blasted away. What we're also going to need to do, though, because I'm pretty sure that the spawners spawn on a line to the C5, right? So what we're going to need to do is eventually start digging out a hole. And here, let me do like a graphic representation for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. So the Dazzler is a 3x3 structure that fires a beam in a three block range, right? So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to build something like this, right? And it's going to be long. It's basically a big V, right? So it's going to look something like this, right? Something like that. Look at that. I've already killed some cryoplasm. Go me. All right. So here in the middle, right? In this area, and this, it might be actually spaced farther apart than this, but in the middle, we're going to have melters, right? The melters, what they're going to do is they're going to melt all the cryoplasm. It's going to fall into this trough and just go to the lowest point because it's melted, right? Then the Dazzlers, which go 256 blocks, are going to be way back here and just annihilate everything in the middle. Everything that's in this path right here, including us if we get in the way. So basically the goal is we're just going to keep extending this trough out as far as we can, powering up lasers or powering up melters to melt cryoplasm, funnel it into this trough, and then have the Dazzlers just annihilate it until we get the spawners uncovered. And then we're going to have to do the magma bore stuff for that, right? So that's the plan. When we're going to get to that plan, TBD, right? Now, another thing that we're going to need that's definitely helpful in this is going to be Falcor bombers. And I believe I already have that. Is that in logistics? Falcor bombers? Hello? Cryo bomb. Okay. So I think this you build the cryo bombs, and look at that. They're not cheap, right? And then does it take these logistics Falcors or regular Falcors? I'm not 100%. I've never used obviously anything but the regular Falcors, so I'm a little unsure about how this works. Unless you put the logistics Falcor onto the item or the storage hopper that you want to place things in, and the beacon on the hopper that you want to take things out of. Maybe that's how it works. Either way, somebody let me down in the comments, how do these bombers work? Because I definitely want to get that going, because that'll help us kind of break through and beat back some of the cryoplasm in the short term, right? So, all right, well, that's actually like a pretty good, that's a pretty good, you know, little tech demonstration, right? We got conduits, we got lights going. The next phase then is, well, actually, let me see. What is the next phase? We need steel or casting basins, right? And those are not cheap. What is, okay, so this is 5. So I need to do this 15 times. So I need whatever 16 times 15 is. And then the blast furnace. The blast furnace would actually melt them. And I need 7 of these. So the blast furnace melts. The casting basin creates the bars. Oh, but you can do attached to 4 blast furnaces. So does this mean that you could do 4 blast furnaces per casting basin? I believe that's what it means, right? And then the casting pipes are how you get to that. Which heat conducting pipe? Where is that? Is that in here? Heat conducting pipe. Fluid pipes. I'm assuming we're going to need those for... oh my gosh, look at those. Chromed machine and magnetic machine blocks. I assume we're going to need those for the freeze-on and all that stuff. But where do I find heat conducting pipe? Hello? Pipe coater. Crafts heat conducting pipe. from what? Does this just kind of create them out of nothing? So we're gonna, okay, so there's like a whole thing here. And then the other thing to keep in mind is, well, do we want, geothermal, right? I've never done that before. Or I guess it'd be in generation, huh? Geothermal generator components, right? So 75, so we need 15. And then we need the magnetic and all those machine blocks, which are somewhere. Are they in here? Alloyed, hardened. Maybe we don't even have those unlocked yet because it's farther in the tech tree. Let me look at this. Research. Particulate filtration will give me... Okay, yeah, magnetic, chrome block, Hymo blocks, particle filters. So this is everything we're going to need to start making the Frisson gas and the sulfur gas and all that stuff, right? And then... What does this give me? Compressed chlorine will give me cryo mines. Interesting. Oh, so this is... I guess this is like area denial, right? Okay, okay. So I think... No matter what, the next stage has to be figuring out how to get the tier 4 ores up, right? So I'm going to do this also, by the way. I'm going to put something like right here. Just because I want to make sure that we're kind of like good. I'm going to put 2 of these. I'm going to put one here, one here. And this will basically just be for... beating back that Cryoplasm right here because this is obviously like the closest intrusion area. And what is the 7 meters? Okay, well that should work eventually, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so this will kind of help. Maybe I'll do something like that, right? Something like that, just to kind of help us. And it looks like we can also elevate this if we need to. So maybe I'll do like a scaffolding about mid-height, you know, about this area, and put the Lancers on the outside so they can attack up and down. This was more just like a try to figure out how to use this type strategy. So we might end up having to break the wall and kind of push the Lancers out a little bit to kind of clear a path that we can then use to get our melters and dazzlers going. So, all right. So I think the last thing I'm going to try to do for this episode is figure out where the hell my ores are and whether or not I can, or not whether or not I can, but how to get up there and, I don't know, make like a lift system so we can kind of figure out where this is all going to get casted. So I'll meet you there as I'm freezing to death. All right, so here we are. Familiar territory. We got the chromium here. The molybdenum is like literally right down below us. I think if I hollow base, we can see it. It's practically... Okay, maybe not. It's literally down this shaft, right? So I think we need to start figuring out how we're going to start like clearing this area out. And I think the first thing I'm going to do, honestly, is maybe send some power down here. Create myself a little path, right? I'm going to kind of go down there with some power. Okay. Retake. Like I was mentioning before, we're going to send some power down this way, right? Ignore the body. The body is just there for aesthetic purposes or something like that. So, we're going to need to put our components. And I guess we have this nice little dugout area, right? From the trencher or from the hard rock grinder. So we're going to need a 3x3, or really a 3x6 area. And then we're going to need like a lift to get it up, right? So, I think a good idea, right? If we kind of create like an outline, right? So like 1, 2, 3. So boom, 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 boom. Something like this. In fact, it could literally sit right here. That would mean that our lift... Maybe we put it over a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so this is... So everything is over there. The chrome is on that side. So if I come up over here, I'd be coming up behind the chrome, which I think that's fine, actually. There's like literally no issue there. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do a little digging. Do you get power? Yes. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we are going to set up an excavator, right? And we're about 60 something meters away. I'm going to maybe excavate. So if that's the digging part and that's the back part of the trencher, right? I always forget what they're called, right? Okay, trencher drill, trencher motor. Inefficient on high tiers. Why is it inefficient? Very efficient on low tiers or inefficient on high tiers. I don't think we have I don't think we have any way around that though, right? Like we have to use this. This is how you get them. So there's like nothing more efficient. Whatever. We'll figure that out later. So I believe the trencher motor part is what actually outputs the ore. Okay, accepts power and outputs ore. So we're gonna need to think about both power and logistics, right? So if it outputs over here, let's say we're gonna get power from either over here, but not on this side. So we'll do output, space, and then maybe like a bank of hoppers right here to go up, which means that, so if it's hopper, pipe, hoppers, or even hoppers, pipes, hoppers, that means that the elevator will be right here. So we can do this, lower the radius to 1, right? Because it'll be literally the size of the elevator shaft, and then we'll just kind of go up to something like 80, right? And then we want to, let's just clear garbage, drop none. We'll silence it and overcharge it. And now I'm realizing that I also might not have enough power to get back up. No matter, we'll deal with that later. Okay. Oh, yes. Convenient power source. So then it's just a matter of throwing this on there, getting the power to it, right? We'll go that way. Down. Just kidding, I need to go in one more. And that should do its thing. Now, all that does is get us up to... I'm just kind of digging that up to where the chrome is, right? This is the moly. Yeah. So this should get us up to the chrome. But, well, I guess that's not a big deal because I'm just going to use this to... Like, it's already done, right? So I'm just going to use this to kind of form the basis of... Oh, man. Can I go this way? There we go. Okay, perfect. So this is where this comes out, right? We'll dig this out with... oh, wait. Am I just, like, all messed up? So I went down there. So if the shaft is over here... Where's the shaft? The shaft is right here. Which means... that the chrome or the moly is like... Let's see, the shaft was behind it, right? So that means the moly is like over here. Okay, I don't think this is a big issue because what I can end up doing, I'll just kind of block this off and I'll go more this way. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know if we need like a 3x3 face. I'm sure we do, right? So we'll just kind of put that there. And then I'll have that output, right? So like motor or a trencher drill motor have it output. Oh, you know what? I think that'll actually work out. I'll have it output right over this way. So I'll have 2 lifts that go all the way up to the surface. Or not to the surface, but to the tier 2 area. So I'm going to go back down here and have this actually clear ore. Right? So now I'm going to change this to clear ore. Should do its thing. Let's just do a solid 100. Because this is going to be... This might just go all the way to the cold caverns, actually. It makes no sense for it to stop. But I want the 2 lifts to be very close to each other. So you're done. Okay. Let's take a gander here. All right. So we can dig this out just so we can get like a nice visual. So here's that shaft that we just dug, right? So the next phase... I'll clear all this out later. I'm just kind of moving it right now to give myself a little bit of headroom, a little bit of breathing room. So if that's that, then this one would need to go right in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower this radius, or maybe make it a little bit bigger. And I will literally just clear ore, drop none. And then we got to give this thing some power, right? So I'm just going to power it this way. But really, just clear this out a little bit so that I can place where I need to. And it's already not really working how I want it. Oh, actually, you know what? Never mind. This is actually completely fine. All right. So that's fine. Because we're just going to end up having this come to right here. So, like, if this is 1 elevator shaft, this is 2 elevator shafts. Right? Elevator shaft number 2 is right here. Boom. There's Chrome. Or Molly. Here's Chrome. You're Chrome, right? I always forget which one's which. Yep, you're Chrome. Okay. So, what we're going to do now, then, is actually place this here. Not power it, because I want it to be a lot smaller. Definitely clear garbage. Drop none. But we're going to end up going much higher. Because we're at 7... It's at 720. Okay, so it's at 720. Sorry, I had to turn the sounds off. And we need to go up to... Well, in fact, let me just make it like real high. Because I think we're going to have to end up going to like minus 240. 720 minus 510 is 210. Okay, so hopefully if I go back up to the cold caverns, I should see this coming through. Let me top off my power here. All right, so now I'm kind of just hoping to see like the outline of the diggers somewhere. And I don't know if it doesn't render after a certain distance, which I think is the case. I think it's not going to render. So we're going to need to find out those coordinates and use that to kind of plan our shafts, all right? So let's get back down there, figure out where the coordinates are. All right, so this is at 81x10z, right? 81x10z. 81x is this way. Let's go to 81. And 10z would be this way. Literally right here. Let me mark that off, right? It will be right here. This is where it will come up. So not a lot of space this way. So in fact, we might start casting over here. This is probably going to be the casting area, which means this is actually going to go away. And that will be there. So this is at 249. Okay, so let's remember that 249. Because I don't want to over excavate, you know? It just wastes time. So negative 249 is our depth. And we are at 720 here. So if I do a little math, right? Let me pull up a calculator here. So 720 minus 249 is 471. So that's the height that we need this to dig, right? So it's at 510, and I need... Crap, what was it? 479? Why did I get rid of that? 471. 471. Okay, so let's go down. 471. Clear garbage, drop none. Let's give it power. And we'll let it do its thing. The other thing I could do is just kind of put a temporary wall, right? I could just do like that. Put another one down, because I think I have another one. And it should match everything exactly the same, right? So like 471. In fact, I'm just going to clear this all the way off. Not a huge deal. We can uncover it later, but this will allow us to dig both holes. All right, so now this is actually a huge moment, right? Because we can expand kind of as far back as we need to, right? We have plenty. Are you serious? All right, so we don't have plenty of 3x3 face, but we can work back to give ourselves space. Now, the only other thing we're going to need to do here is figure out the best way to get power down. And honestly, I'm going to assume that these things take a ton of power. So I'm thinking conduits are going to be kind of what we have to do here, which means we're going to need to dig another shaft all the way down. And that might be a pain. I don't know. But that's going to be something that needs to happen relatively soon. And honestly, these things are almost done. So that one's done, so I'm going to actually change it to clear ore, just in case. That way it'll just finish that off. Is this one almost done? This one is almost done. I should actually change it to clear all. And have it start over. Okay, so that's actually really nice. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. We're going to have to... I assume using the bulk cargo lifts would be the most ideal. Just because... we want it to we basically don't want this production to stop, right? So you're done already. So we can just get rid of that. You're almost done. Let's go take a look. Let's make sure that everything's working out right. And I don't have a hole. Why don't I have a... Do I need to go up one more? Or does it just not get rid of my stuff? Oh, I did clear ore and I did clear all. I didn't... Or... And clear garbage. I didn't do clear none, right? Boom. Looks like I made my area too big. But there's the next one. Perfect. So, the next step then is we want to build the cargo lift controllers. I'm just going to do that now to get the everything like going down. All right, so now that we have this, I think because this is going to be vital, we're going to have to do something kind of drastic, right? So drastic times call for drastic measures, and I don't know anything more drastic than putting a Mark IV battery in between them. So there's that. So now at least we know that'll be powered. I'll have to do the rack rails. Can I access? No, you guys are not friendly. I really need like a better suit heater. I don't know if there is a better suit heater in this. Something that like just doesn't kill my battery usage rate, but can't come soon enough. All right, so that is promising. Now the next things we're going to need to do are get the trenchers and everything set up. But there's also like quite a bit of infrastructure that needs to happen as well. So not sure when we're going to get to that, right? You know, just add lights and such, because we need to be well aware of everything going on. But I think this is going to be a good spot for all the casting basins and all that. But we're going to have to like build all that up. So I think I'm going to call this an episode here. Quite a bit done. We learned quite a bit as well. I want to... I'm going to finish up lighting everything, so the next time you guys, catch an episode, you can see what's going on pretty easily. So I can see what's going on pretty easily. I'll get rid of some of the stuff on the ground just to get it out of the way. So, again, guys, thank you guys so much. And I'm really loving all of the tips you guys are giving me down in the comments. It's really, it's either outright, helping me out, or at least pointing me in the right direction so that I can figure something out later. And those of you that are sticking around and watching this series, I can't thank you guys enough. You're really pushing me. I never thought I'd get 100 subscribers, much less past 300. So, next goal, 500 subscribers. So, if you're watching this not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 500 subscribers. It's just, I like to set little goals, and so far we've been smashing them out of the water faster than I ever thought we would. So, thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think down in the comments about how I'm running, and we'll see you in the next one.